Hey everybody, I'm Nicole Ricci and I am sailing out in this vlog. So I left you hanging after I sold my van. I did a little trip to Vegas and then I started this new job. I flew to Hartford, Connecticut and then trained in Guilford. I got on a ship then in Rhode Island and then got off in Massachusetts. So here is kind of the week and a half I had up east. Check out the vlog. My new company is based in Guilford, Connecticut. This is where their home office is, and this is where I did my first 4 initial days of training in the office. From about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I was training away. That was me kind of giving a sample presentation. And then my evenings were spent exploring. My company rented me a vehicle along with the 3 other people in my training class. And they kind of stayed back and did their homework in the evenings at the hotel we were staying at. And every evening I was trying to find a new park or a place to hike or walk around. So I walked around downtown. I found this beautiful preserve and park that I went to a couple times and walked by the lake. I also walked kind of by the ocean, marina, just kind of a neighborhood area, and was really enjoying. This was my first time in Connecticut. After those first 4 initial days of training, we got on a ship in Rhode Island, and so we drove the vehicle through Connecticut, through Rhode Island, and we did a little kind of a road trip for the day with my coworkers. It was just myself, a guy named Michael, and then a girl named Caitlin. And we had fun. We went out to lunch. We walked around kind of some cute little Rhode Island towns. And some of the places we specifically stopped at was Linda Point Lighthouse. We stopped in New London, walked around, and then we drove by Stepstone Falls. This was kind of making our way on the coast from the New Haven, Bedford, Guilford area of Connecticut all the way to Providence, Rhode Island, where we kind of dropped off our car near the airport. We also walked around a really nice beach and we got ice cream together, which was just a cute little way to end our trip. So we ended up getting on the American Constitution in Newport, Rhode Island. And the American Constitution was inaugurated in 2018. It has a capacity of 170 guests with 90 staterooms and 8 common areas. It has a total of 6 decks, including the top deck, the sun deck, and then a couple floors with suites. They have a fitness center, a library, multiple lounges. Deck 1 is where the restaurant is. They also have a little cafeteria. They have the ship's office, the kitchen. Very large, nice ship. Quite a bit bigger than the ship I was previously working on in Alaska. Gloucester is home to America's original seaport and the oldest working art colony in North America. It has a picturesque waterfront that has drawn fishermen, artists, and visitors for over hundreds of years, and it has over 60 miles of coastline, and there is a wealth of stunning views to enjoy and plenty of fresh seafood to savor. I got to go on one of the excursions this day to the Hammond Castle. And the Hammond Castle was constructed between 1926 and 1929, and it's a true European castle located on the New England shoreline. The home, which sits on a rocky cliff overlooking the Gloucester Harbor, was the residence and laboratory of inventor John Hayes Hammond Jr., who has pioneered the study in remote control and held over 400 patents. Led by our expert guide, we explored the medieval castle, which incorporated elements from several architectural periods and styles. And we saw the most famous view of the home, the gigantic pipe organ, and an instrument designed and built by a collection of world-famous organ builders over a period of 10 years. It was a beautiful castle and also really interesting to learn about John Hayes Hammond Jr.
I don't want to live for just a ticket to heaven, 'cause I died for so much more than checking boxes in religion. Till the day I die, I want to know you more. I don't want to live for just back when I was your age, talking about the Lord like I'm talking about the old days. Till the race is finished, won't stop running. No matter how old I get, this heart won't grow, no way. Forever all of my days, worthy and wonder I'll say. No matter how much I say, there's always so much more for me. Forever all of my days, worthy and wonder I'll say.
We also stopped at the Gloucester Fisherman's Memorial, or Man at the Wheel. It's an iconic statue that rests on 5-foot granite base located at the south side of Stacy Boulevard at the edge of Gloucester Harbor. And it's a statue that shows a fisherman dressed in oilskin standing clenched at the wheel on a leaning deck of the ship. And it has a Bible verse on it from Psalm 107:23 that reads, "They that go down to the sea in ships." And then continuing on in verse 23, "that do business on great waters." And this hit me because I had just been to a conference a few months ago where this was the key verse of the conference. And this was at the time that I was applying to this position to work on ships and do business on great waters. And so special to be on my first ship and see this Bible verse kind of right there in the middle of town. Another one of the excursions I got to go on was the Provincetown whale watching excursion. And we traveled along the shoreline of the Cape Cod National Seashore Park and saw some humpbacks. And also I had my first minke whale sighting. And this was my first gray seal encounter.
Won't be my story. Not gonna burn out. I'll keep oiling my lamp every single day for the more reverence. Oh, we never get sold. It's glory to glory. No matter how old I get, this song won't grow numb. No way. Forever all of my days worthy and wonder. I'll say, no matter how much You're too beautiful for that to happen. I'll never lose my fire. I'll never lose my passion. You're too beautiful for that to happen. I'll never lose my fire. I'll never lose my passion. You're too beautiful.
Overall, I had a great time on the American Constitution. It's a beautiful place to sail in the Cape Cod Bay and the Gulf of Maine. And the American Constitution is a beautiful ship. I enjoyed the people I worked with and trained under. I had a really awesome trainer who really poured a lot into me. We sailed back to Boston for turn day, where we sent the guests off, and then also I left the ship. I went home for a little bit and then on to my next ship with the company. As I was in the airport, I stopped at Krispy Kreme to buy myself a donut and made my way back to Wisconsin. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!